Alright, here we have the two RAVE valves on my 1989 Skidoo Mach 1 583. And I'm going to show you how to take them apart if you don't know how. So there's a clip here, and you either need a flathead screwdriver or pliers. You got to push it in towards the engine to get slack, and then it will come off, and you have to be careful because there's a spring inside here too. And the spring sits there and not lose everything. Now the next thing you need to do, you can put a socket on here and loosen off the bellows, or you can just do it by hand. But there's also, I'll turn it around to show you inside on the shaft, there's a clamp. There's a clamp that you gotta loosen off. And this is where pliers come in handy. There you can see it. You can see the clamp. I'm going to loosen that off. You can see where the clamp's supposed to sit right here, but bring it towards you to loosen it off. And that's that. But that, normally, I already cleaned these, but normally these would be full of oil inside and you want to be cleaning it. And you can take off this clamp. So it'll clamp on the top and then get inside, which will be full of oil too. Now I need the Allens. Now you can see here, there's a drain plug at the bottom, and that's the way you want it to go so the oil can drain down. And you see the two Allen screws. Next step is to get the right head, right thing, and loosen them off. They shouldn't be on there that tight either. Loosen them off, and you can see it already came loose. So I'm going to keep loosening this off, and I'll show you once it's loose. So I had them loose. So as you can see, there's a gasket in between here, and you want to get, most likely you want to get replacements, and you want to watch to make sure the holes line up, and you'll be cleaning this, cleaning inside here, and you'll be able to slide this out. And look, on this style they don't have labeled top or bottom, so you have to look, but this is the way it slides in. Now, you also want to get yourself a manual or a diagram online of what you have. So, this is found this online, Skidoo microfiche. It's got I selected for the engine, cylinder, and head, and the RAVE valve's all in here, but it shows an O-ring. I went to the shop, picked up an O-ring, and it breaks down all the numbers there. Didn't have an O-ring when I took it apart, so now I'm going to reinstall put a new O-ring on. O-ring goes there. Slide that back in. Again, make sure your holes are top and bottom here. Make sure your holes are all down and they're going to match up. Drain hole to the bottom, and then screw it back in. I'll show you once we're all screwed back in. Okay. So there you can still see the clamp, and this is where I said the pieces separate. Once you take that clamp off, they'd be full of oil. A little bit of oil residue left. I'm going to slide this on all the way up, and because I don't have I have the front off, I'm able to bend this and get this clamp up so it's sitting on the lip where it's supposed to be. So can use my hands if I get them in there. Shimmy up, and then it's clamped down. But it's not all the way on this one side. Make sure it's up, which it's not. So take your time, get it upright, and that's right now. And then you're good to go there. And we're going to need push down and start threading. And there you see it seated itself all on the lip, nice and even. Now it's tight there. Now it's just a matter of getting this clamp put back on. Got the clamp back on. Took a little bit of MacGyvering around to make sure it's seated on the edge, that the bellows are seated properly, but we got it. So we're ready for reinstalling. So remember, the spring goes on here. Remember which way was up. Get the springs seated in. Get that on. Push it in. Make sure you get your clamp. Hook in one side. And the other side you might need a screwdriver or the pliers again for leverage. And just make sure it's down. And there you have it. Now, take off, do the same thing on your other side. Come over here. Just push, lift up and then push down on your spring. You can also do this separated by stretching it out this way. Watch your spring. And then repeat the same process for the other side.